Have your neighbors ever called the cops on you for something ridiculous? I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood where everyone waters their lawns at the same time and waves with 2 fingers from the steering wheel. Pretty standard, but things got weird fast after I bought my first drone. I'm an amateur photographer, and I'd saved up for months to buy this beautiful 4K drone to practice aerial shots for a project. The first time I flew it, I got the most stunning shot of a nearby lake at sunset. Posted it online, got a bunch of likes. Cool. But then came Mrs. Callahan. She lives 2 doors down, the unofficial HOA queen even though we don't have an HOA. The kind of person who measures your grass with a ruler and has a clipboard for noticing things. I barely had the drone off the ground when she stomped into my driveway like I just launched a missile. That thing is spying on people, she said, arms crossed. You can't fly it over my house. I explained it wasn't even pointing in her direction and that I wasn't even over anyone's property, just the open park down the street. She wasn't having it. It's illegal to record people without permission, she added, pulling out her phone and snapping pictures of me and my drone like she was building a court case. I tried to stay polite and told her to feel free to call the authorities if she had concerns. Bad idea. She took that as a challenge. About 30 minutes later, while I was reviewing footage in my garage, I saw red and blue lights outside. I walked out to find 2 officers and Mrs. Callahan standing triumphantly like she'd just stopped a heist. He's recording everyone with that thing, she declared, pointing. It's a violation of privacy. I want him arrested. The older officer raised an eyebrow. Arrested? I held up the drone, still turned off. It's a photography drone. I fly it over the park. The younger cop, Officer Rivera, asked if I had footage. I nodded and invited them into the garage to show the SD card feed. Mrs. Callahan hovered behind them like a hawk. I loaded the videos, sweeping shots of a lake, a flock of birds, a skate park, 0 houses, no people's backyards. This is actually beautiful, Officer Rivera muttered. He chuckled when one clip showed a squirrel leaping from tree to tree like it was in an action movie. The older officer finally turned around. Ma'am, he's well within FAA regulations. Nothing here violates privacy laws. But you don't know what he's planning, she snapped. He could be selling this footage. Of squirrels? I asked. Mrs. Callahan left in a huff, muttering about lawyers and taking this to the board, even though again, no HOA. As the officers left, Officer Rivera handed me a business card. If she calls again, just dispatch this case number. We've got it on record now. And hey, keep filming. That lake shot? Magazine worthy. Now I only fly the drone early in the morning when she's not awake. But every time I see that squirrel again, I wonder if it's time for a sequel.